this breath that we share with each other, this breath that we share with the trees and with all living beings on this planet, remembering that we're not alone, we're all connected. And when we practice, we're not just practicing ourselves for ourselves, we're practicing for the whole world. It is a gift to practice for ourselves and for the whole world. So whenever you're ready, wiggling your fingers and your toes, opening your eyes, welcome. I would really like to start us off with just a very, very quick, I don't want to speak too much, just a very quick, for those of you that don't know, what is AHAM education? What is this all about? Who are these people? So AHAM education, the title of our session is Wellbeing, Peace, and Gender Equality from the Inside Out. So how are we, it's really about the inner work of outer change. And this is what we're teaching to young people who already have these skills, of course, but helping them to channel that in their work at school and in the communities. So if you go to the next slide. So a little bit about our organization. We are based in the United States. We are ECOSOC accredited to the United Nations. And our vision is really to make life better for all people. But our mission in the next 10 years is to train 1,000 young people, young leaders, some of them are here in the room, to build resilient communities around the world. And so we've already started that journey through our many programs, and the Girls Wellbeing Project is one of them. And we do local programming across countries, but then we come to the UN to do global advocacy. So we call this global work, right? So we're not just talking the talk, we're also being the change. So the next slide. And then what we're here advocating for in this event and also at the Commission on the Status of Women this year is to champion, and this is what we do every year, really, well-being is a human right. And that when we talk about and measure well-being, it has to be holistic and gender informed, meaning that we're taking into account the various needs that all genders have. And that it's also inclusive of our natural environment and inclusive of all of the diversity of culture, ethnicity, etc., that we represent. Thanks. So we can go forward. So we just did an awareness exercise. And just for those of you, again, that are new to mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness that you'll be hearing about through the session is really the awareness that arises from paying attention on purpose in the present moment without judgment and open curiosity. You could just think of this as being present, the heart, the mind, the body in the same place at the same time. And when we cultivate that ability to be aware, we are much more responsive and we are much more resilient. And so just a very, very quick overview of the Girls Wellbeing Project. You can go next. And the ways in which it helps, teachers, educators, mentors. Next slide. Just going to jump over these. But what we're really building in young people and in grown-ups as well is focus and attention, social emotional resiliency, and helping to perform better in school, work, and life. So through the Girls, well, you can keep going. Through the Girls Wellbeing Project, we've been doing this for a couple of years. Keep going. And one of the reasons why this is so important, we're going to talk about this today, is that we live in a time when there's a lot of technological and social media impact on our mental health. And so on the screen, you'll see there are a lot of different, there's some data there from the World Health Organization on the way in which social media is impacting our youth. And so as a result of that, it impacts the brain in ways that cause us to not be able to function, not be able to focus, not be able to perform. And it explains why there's an increase of anxiety and stress in the world and mental illness. Right. So our solution is to leverage technology. And so our program runs online, but we have local, you can keep going. We have local mentors that engage with the girls and boys to help them learn the skills. You can keep going. And it's inquiry-based reflection. We use restorative and trauma-informed practice, a lot of mindfulness, mind-body tools. And then we invite them, and you'll see this today, to use their own cultural form of expression to really show how they are practicing well-being and peace in their communities. So, so I actually just want to start. So that's just a little bit about us. So now we're going to move into our interactive discussion, and I'd like to start with the United States. So our youth representative from the United States is Vivian Ann Stewart, and she's from Stowe High School in Vermont. And I thought it was really interesting to have Vivian here because some of what I just shared about the impact of social media and technology on our young people is something that her and I have been talking about a lot. And so, Vivian, I don't know if you want to share your perspective. I know you have something prepared, but feel free to just just share your perspective on what are you seeing in your community? Any information you'd like to share with all of us?
I've grown up in Stowe, a small town located in northern Vermont. It's a town full of unfathomable wealth and privilege. It's a place that I had naively believed was full of people who possessed no real world problems. Yet with age and experience, I've witnessed the deterioration.
So sorry, is the mic on for the online audience? They're listening to us. I don't know what is going on with the screen that I'm working on.
Yes, we can. We can see everything. We can hear everything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Keep going, Vivian.
Yet with age and experience, I've witnessed the deterioration of my peers' mental health, witnessing the minds of the women closest to me become permeated with hopelessness. Girls, previously vivacious, confident, content, succumbing to the all-consuming feelings of not being enough. In recent years, mental illness has risen amongst teens and adolescents, yet studies show that girls are at a much greater risk for depression, anxiety, suicidal ideations, eating disorders, and self-harm. This widespread deterioration of mental health amongst young women can be heavily attributed to the over-reliance and increased usage of social media. Social media, although an incredible resource for women and girls, communication, advocacy, it targets young women, equating our value to follower counts, likes, and perfection. We, as a society, have tainted young minds, nurturing a reality where perfection is celebrated. And I have myself struggled with anxiety, states of depression, and feeling hopelessness. I downloaded social media around the age of 12, 13. And after that, I definitely felt the effects of it on my mental health. I was constantly comparing myself, consistently checking my social media, and just becoming in already such a hyper-aware state of growth and being at the age of 12 and 13. I was already so exposed to this idea of perfection. And over the years, it has honestly taken a large toll on me. I got kind of stuck in this cyclical nature of going back to social media, even though it was harming my mental health, as kind of my escape. Consistently scrolling, kind of getting lost in my phone, and putting a bunch of emphasis on social media. And it really has taken a toll on a lot of my own thoughts, and it truly has disrupted, I believe, my growth in school and many other ways.
Can you say something about what you're seeing in the community that you live in? I know you talked about it a little bit. Is there anything that you've noticed, and what do you think is the solution? Yeah.
Specifically within my community, I have noticed a lot of instability and a lot of lack of connection with oneself. There's, I believe, a loss of almost presence, and it just contributes to this concept of just hopelessness and lack of ability to connect with surroundings and everything. I believe I do, like, and within my friend group, I've heard so many stories of their own personal journey with mental health. A lot of them have suffered with eating disorders and consistent, like, searching of social media and on these pages of eating disorder, like promotion almost. And I've seen a lot of that on social media normally, and it's everywhere. It's not only in my community, it's just everywhere, and it's pushing this narrative.
Thank you, Vivian. What do you do to prioritize your well-being?
Recently, I have been working on putting my phone down, taking deep breaths, just centering myself, connecting with my people, my friends, my family, the people that I love and respect. And it really helps to kind of ground myself and reshape the way I'm thinking a little bit.
Yeah. And so you're here at the United Nations for the first time. We have a new president. What would you say to our president about prioritizing well-being for girls and young people in general? Yeah, do you have a message? And you can think about it. If you don't have it now, we can come back, but I wanted to ask you that question.
I would urge Mr. Trump to think of the young minds that are the future of our country, to think of our little sisters, little brothers, our families, and help develop ways of coping that does not further this idea that words.
Okay, it's okay.
I just believe that there should be more focus put into our overall well-being as a country rather than our like constant innovation, constant progression of social media. It's just, I believe we're moving further away from our own humanity in a way.
Yeah. I couldn't have said that better myself. So straight from a young person to Mr. Trump. So we're gonna plug that on social media. Speaking of social media. So thank you so much, Vivian. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So now we're gonna move to next. So I think now we're gonna move to our beloved students from the United Arab Emirates who are here. And I think we're gonna start off with the young ones talking so we have some graduates from our Girls Wellbeing Project who've been working very hard. They've been learning mindfulness, leadership, advocacy skills. And they've actually already facilitated at like 4 or 5 events before I even arrived. So that was really wonderful. And those of you that participated in the Girls Wellbeing Project, what was it like to have that experience? How did it impact your lives? And what are you taking forward? So you can answer any one of those questions, just whatever is arising for you right now. You want to take it off?
So like being a part of the well-being was like a chance for me to talk openly and share my thoughts, and it like created a safe space for me. It made me realize that I have so many people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it made me more calm and more comfortable. And I found people more like and created more bond around my friends. Yeah, that's
How about John? Oh, keep going. Jonathan, what to say? You were in the program, right? Yeah.
So I feel like this girls' well-being program, it has helped me a lot because I would just stress about everything, exams, studies, home, everything. But every time I'm stressed now, I just take a deep breath and it makes everything so much better. And I'm just glad I have here people who wouldn't judge me if I say something.
Yeah. Taiba, do you want to say anything about what it was? Yeah, keep.
So well-being impacted me by many factors such as my physical and mental health. So just now the board exams get over. So I started doing well-being like the exercises. I started like the sessions that made me like more calm. Yeah.
Thank you. Do we have Asma here? Is Asma online?
We'll check. Asma's online?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
there. Is Asma there? Is it a good time for her to? Sure. Yeah. Asma, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's spotlight Asma. So Asma is one of our graduates and one of our young leaders who could not be here in person. Asma, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you remember that beautiful poem that you shared at the end of our program, at the end of the course?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Asma shared this poem because she was inspired by what she was experiencing. And it blew us all away. The adults who were in the space, we were just blown away. So we wanted Asma. You don't just have to share the poem. You can also say a few words about what the experience was like for you and why you wrote the poem, and then you can read it.
Okay, so basically the experience was very transformative for me, and it opened my heart to the beauty of vulnerability and the power of shared strength. And it was like a healing journey, and I found genuine connections. So it's the poem that I wrote. Through this poem, I tried to capture the profound sense of unity and empowerment that I felt while attending the sessions, and how such spaces can actually illuminate the light within us all. So the poem is called A Light Within. Together we shared, hearts open and free, a circle of courage, strength, and empathy. In this space we grew, we learned, we shared, a bond unique with souls who cared. We spoke of struggles, of dreams held tight, found solace in shadows and walked towards light. Each voice a melody, a story, a song, reminding us always we are strong. May this journey continue wherever we go, planting seeds of hope, letting kindness show. For we are a sisterhood, steadfast and true, lifting each other in all that we do.
Thank you, Asma. So wonderful to see your face. Thank you so much. That was a
Thank you.
beautiful poem. My eyes are filled with tears as usual every time I hear you all speak. So that's very personal for me, and thank you so much for sharing. So I'd like to, we have some young men, some young handsome men in the room from Shining Star International School who I'm excited that are here because they're very passionate about helping women and girls, but they're very passionate about gender equality. So I'd like to pass the baton to Yosef and Aminullah to speak on this. Anything that you want to say about why you're here and why this is important.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aminullah. I'm from Shining Star International School, Abu Dhabi. As a young man, gender equality means to me personally that ensure that everyone, regardless of gender, has respect, and it's very important to challenge stereotype and support equal access to education, leadership, and decision making. I'll just give two examples. When we are talking about gender equality, in which country I'm being, that is UAE right now, there are more facilities for women, and all the high cities and all the high posts and girls controls. But when I go to my home country, Afghanistan, there the women, they
Your
can't
home
even,
country of
Afghanistan,
Afghanistan.
there the women can't go to school, they can't go to college, they can't use their social medias, and that feels like what will happen to that girls in future, what they can do for themselves in future. And like, I think the biggest mistake out there is the parents. They're always thinking negative that if I spend my money after 15, 20 years, she will gonna marry and she will go from us. And no use to spend my money out there and let them be like this one. So I think the parents should always think positive about their daughters, and they should allow them to go and study. And but now it's all about government. They have installed the colleges and schools. But I think as a young man, they should get all the qualities, education, and all that. But I can just say that we should they should get the education and all the rights for the women.
You can be their voice, Anuta.
Yeah.
You can be their voice for them. For all those who can't speak, you can raise awareness about it.
Yeah.
We need more men like you, young men
Yes.
like you in the world.
Indeed. I think you just sharing that here is like, I don't know if you realize how impactful it is just to hear a young man talking about the rights of girls in Afghanistan. That's your country. And for me, it just fills my heart with so much hope that there are young men like you that are willing to speak publicly about that. So thank you so much.
And he's raised a wonderful point, Aarti, regarding parents seeing investment, financial investment in girls, and seeing that the girl will get married, so parents don't want to invest in a girl's child's education.
Yeah,
That's where, I mean, that's a big problem, and that's where a large part of the problem lies.
yeah,
That needs to change. That societal shift is needed.
Yeah.
And though we are in the UN CSW, but we know that that's why we are here.
right. Did Yusuf have something to share? Yeah.
Yes.
So Yusuf is also with Shining Star International School.
My name is Yusuf Ibrahimi from Shining Star International School, Abu Dhabi.
A little bit loud.
My name is Yusuf Ibrahimi from Shining Star International School, Abu Dhabi. I believe that mental health and resilience is also crucial for young men because it helps manage stress, overcome challenges, and maintain emotional well-being. As you have may noticed, our society often pressures men to suppress their emotions. But I believe that men, the strength also comes by acknowledging and seeking support from others, or developing coping strategies. Also, I believe that encouraging conversations on mental health, it helps by breaking and building up healthier mindsets. So as you have, for example, me, I recently finished my board exams. I was very stressed and very worried, but I implemented this breathing exercises and well-being exercises, which helped me calm down and relax, making it easier to continue with my following exams.
Well, do you have anything to say to other young men like yourself about, not just about well-being, but how it can, supporting the well-being of women as well.
Well, to be honest, can I come back to you?
Yeah, I'll come back to you. Yeah. So it's just food for thought. I want to go to Ms. Abhilasha Singh, who's a principal of Shining Star International School. Could you share, other than the Girls Wellbeing Project, your school is a shining star. Your school is an SDG school. You've been doing many projects. You've won many awards around the world because you prioritize social emotional learning. You're also a school that promotes global citizenry, and your students are outstanding. They're the fruit of your labor. So can you share, what is it that you do at Shining Star that helps them to prioritize these skills and build these skills?
Thank you, Nelly. Thank you for having us here. It's a real privilege and an honor. And coming back to this room again has got wonderful memories being part of the CSW. As a school principal, I realized that it's a responsibility that we need to build these life skills in the students. And just talking about in isolation about the mindfulness, about the well-being, and being a UN GSP school, it's a UN Global School Program school, we have integrated education for sustainable development in the curriculum. And I'm a SDG advocate, UN GSP SDG advocate and mentor. So that's again a double responsibility. I know that education for sustainable development has to be integrated in the curriculum. So whether it is like, you take one goal, you take all goals, it all has a very seamless integration in the school curriculum. So talking about particularly over here, goal number 3, well-being. So we, in fact, last year opened the opportunity of enrolling with the AHAM Education Mindfulness Program. And this year we also had about 25 secondary teachers along with the entire SLT. I myself took part in that training. It was train the teacher from Heartfulness Institute. And so now with that knowledge of cell and knowing that that cell in school is so important, because the children at this young age, we have to prepare them for the disruptive environment or this disruptive world that is going to be, they're going to step into as they leave school. And that world is where the children have to be on their own. There's no teacher breathing fire on the neck and, telling them, pulling them, pushing them. There the kids are on their own. And there they will require these life skills to handle stress, handle work stress, that the entire workload, and also manage yourself as young adults, because that adulting that is going to be part of their life with which they are not aware of as yet. Because here is a parent and a school which sort of it sort of embraces them in that very cocooned environment. School is a lovely time. These guys don't know as yet. School is a lovely time, and once they step out of the school gates and step into higher education, they'll miss school. Yeah. So my responsibility, like all principals, I think all school leaders are responsible to prepare them for the world that lies ahead for them. And therefore, we try and inculcate as much as we can that the children learn all life skills, 21st century life skills that will prepare them to be informed decision makers and independent thinkers and thinking learners. First and foremost, thinking learners, even learning to have an opinion. Yes. That also takes a lot of work. Yeah. So we run programs with the teachers, professional development program with the teachers, where we constantly are training them to sort of step back from that teacher role and be a facilitator. Yeah. And the responsibility of a teacher is to facilitate learning. Learning should take place, and the children should be thinking learners. Yeah. So if the teacher does all the talking and the students are only passive learners, absorbing information, that doesn't help anyone. Yeah. Right? So a quiet class is not a good class for me. So that way, we're building a framework now. In fact, with that knowledge from AHAM and the heartfulness and some life skills that I know that we want to integrate in the school. Right. And in the school curriculum. So we are now in the process of preparing a framework of social emotional learning. And there's something known as also, like, everybody is aware of a practice of gratitude. Yeah. So we also have random acts of kindness. Yeah. And in fact, Ms. Deepika here is our leader of kindness in the school, where she's got 2 years in a row, she's got school to be a kindness certified school.
Wow.
So Ms. Deepika, she's a quiet person.
Yeah, yeah,
She's prepared. She prepares a 3-month long calendar
yeah.
where every day children have to practice one exercise of kindness,
Wow.
gratitude,
Every
anything you
day.
call it. And then during the holidays, we give this calendar to the children, a 60-day calendar to the students,
Wow.
that every day they must do one exercise. So I was in one of the conferences and I was presenting the program that the school has. And then one audience, somebody from the audience asked that, how do you get this for the KG? I mean, the KG children are so small, and how do you teach gratitude to them? And, because it does seem like a very big thing. But then, just getting the children to do work, dignity of labor, that humility, that itself gets the child grounded and learn that you're just a very small speck in this
Yes.
world. So giving, doing things with hand, and especially giving.
Yeah.
So that art and that, so over here, #community.
Yes. #community. What I love about it is what you said about that it has to be habitual. It's not something you do just when you're stressed. You do it every day like you do brush your teeth. And that's what rewires the brain to then make it a lifestyle habit. So I know you have, looking at the time, and I think one of the students is actually going to show us what you do in your school. Are we doing that today?
We could have, Isa had some points too, she wanted to share a few things.
You wanted to share?
In fact, Isa is an embodiment of
Yeah.
and
So
mindfulness.
was somebody going to facilitate a heartfulness practice today?
I thought we could have Yusuf ending the entire
Afterwards? Okay, so
afterwards he
we'll
has
have an opportunity to
positive
experience
affirmation,
one
yeah.
of the practices, because we're all about the experiences here. So we'll come back to you with that. Izza, you want to say a couple words?
First of all, your mental health is a priority. Your happiness is essential. Your self-care is a necessity. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Izza Jad, and I'm a proud student of grade 10 at Shining Star International School. And today I am honored to share my reflections on the Wellbeing Initiative and how it has positively impacted me and my peers. In today's world, the youth faces numerous challenges, including academic pressure, social media influence, and mental health struggles. These challenges often leave us feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. However, participating in the Wellbeing Initiative has been a transformative experience that allowed me to find calm, clarity, and emotional balance. Through practices such as soft belly breathing, mindful movement, and active listening, I was able to connect with others in a safe and judgment-free zone. These activities not only helped me to manage stress, but also fostered self-awareness and emotional resilience. In our school, we prioritize well-being through mindfulness exercises to reduce stress and enhance focus, peer support groups that provide a safe platform for open conversations, physical activities like yoga and sports to boost mental and physical health, creative expression through art and music to help relieve stress, positive affirmations and gratitude practices to promote self-love and optimism. We even have a line in our school song that goes like, gratitude is our attitude. And then we also have counseling services to offer guidance and support when needed, interactive workshops and seminars, healthy eating initiatives, and student-led initiatives and leadership programs to foster a sense of responsibility and belonging. These practices have not only improved my mental health or well-being, but also enhanced my academic performance and overall happiness. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our principal, Ms. Abhilasha Singh, and Ms. Nelly, along with the Ahem Education Organization, for giving us this incredible opportunity. Your support and dedication to our well-being has made a significant difference in our lives, and we're truly thankful for your guidance. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. I didn't share my story, but I was about the age or a little bit younger than some of the students here when somebody passed this skill on to me. And I didn't know it at the time that I would be doing this, but I wouldn't have been doing this if somebody didn't pass it to me. So imagine what one person that puts their mind to something can, the good trouble we could get into, right? Doing this work. So I'd like to thank the Shining Star School and our delegation from the UAE for your invaluable contributions. And I'd like to take us from the MENA region. We're gonna jump now to Latin America and the Caribbean. And we have a young delegate online. So we're gonna go to Valerie. You can open her presentation.
Hi everyone.
Hi, we can spotlight her.
Yeah.
Yes, Valerie. So
Hi.
Valerie, feel free to speak in English or Spanish. You're gonna be just fine, whatever language you want to speak.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Valerie. Valerie Fonseca. I am 13 years old. I am from Honduras, and I will talk about a female personal development. This opened my mind on this program because when I am like in school, when I am in sixth grade, it's like too much stress to my quiz. And I was like, I don't want anymore. I don't can't to continuar. And one of the things that when I entered to this program is to talk about the personal development and the woman's well-being. The objective of this tool is that the personal development is a specific answer you want to achieve because every woman can be the thing that we will propose one thing, we can do it. If it is open in your mind, we can do it by actions and focus, motivation, and discipline, and you propose. It's a principal idea that you can help to do. And women's well-being, the objective is the goal highlight woman to health and the via to K objectives. This woman's well-being is to be like to demonstrate to the world who you are and who you want to be and the biggest woman that you can converse all of that by this case. I can give you an advisement that all of that can help you by the motivation and to march the discipline. My first projects are when I got my position power to be the president of high school. In school, I was like, I need to do projects. Yeah, and the first project that I do, so my institution is when you work, that we do like games with another schools and to play and to jugar y a ver quién iba a ser ganador. And this project is like doing to help to the mental health of the person. And to the first person to do a like a feminine group on the volleyball game of volleyball. And the other project that I do is like to go outside of the institution, this one that I go outside to the institution and to take like to work on groups and to understand that everybody can do it, the things if you don't can also and to reconocer cómo poder, cómo
Recognize. Yeah.
to recognize all the things that you can do it if you can esforzarte. Another projects that I do is to the Women Entrepreneurs Fair. That the idea was to do that women that mothers of the students help to they sell their shopping and to open the dreams because the first idea I have because some people, some women don't open their like shop of skincare of that because don't have a place to do it. But I think I can help this person, these women, entrepreneurs, to do like a fair and to shop that and to sell all of that products and to help them and to be like a real dream. Another thing that Another project that I do is allows day that comes some policemen that say to the next generation that are all the institution the new laws that will be until the country. And the professional day is my favorite project that I do because this helped me to help others to open that idea of what I want to be on the future and to open the mind of de qué son capaces de hacer. And two, because I saw some people like boys and girls that want to be agriculture, doctors, teaching people. And because open the mind, because not everybody have the same activities that want to be. And my God president speech that was or that I like it too much because I talk about something of this program and always say, oh, it's a woman. Yeah, you can enter this, open your doors to your future and help you to be more like desenvolverte to the public. And this helped me so much because when I was like 10 years old, I don't care to talk with public. And when I got this president speech, when I entered to this program, it's open to my mind that I can do it, all the things that I propose that. And to be over 1% of girls in this world, and to change and to be confident and successful at the time. And this helped me to march to the let's organize salary, please. That's organized. I do like a checklist that help me too much to organize it, to have discipline on my life. That help me too much to not have like difficult moments to disturb and confuse all of that. The things that I don't do is to never take a bad opinion of another person. Spend your time on always to believe in yourself. Remember all the time that you are the priority, not that people that say you can do that. It's impossible today, but it's not impossible. Can be difficult, but never impossible to do it. It's better to choose yourself and to take that you are the priority. You are the first plan on your life. And to work on your physique, making exercise, yoga, so belly breathing to change your mental health because some people it's like it's stressing and to don't can be like to better change your life and to open doors to your life because life is one life. Not in another life I can do that. No, in this life I will go to do it because I can do it that. And never criticize yourself. Improve doesn't suit you because another person you are like confusing who are she and who I am because she can demonstrate good physique but your mental is the best thing that important first. The next one that we talk about the importance of social media. Okay, I will talk like of my life that I opened my mind. I had my first social media at 11 years by a friend, and I questioned to she how I can use it. And she said me to a lot of data things. And okay, but I need technology. I am just a little kid, a little girl, but this helped me too much because social media has some problems if you don't use it and all of that. One thing that I know that I learned on social media is to CMS, the current mental states. If you use social media, you go to keep the problems of that and to close and to add C8, the concept actions you give it success on your life and to help all of this on your mind and to be the type of person that you know that you are. One thing that helped me to March is to have a calendar to announce my notes, what I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the days of the week. And this helped me so much to have more discipline and all of that, and to important dates that I needed. Because when I learned too much that I know how I want to get this week, this month, and all of that, and you can change it better to one day to another. Yeah, you can do it. It's difficult, but not impossible. And another thing is that if you propose, you have your actions on your mind. It's only that you can do it, move it, and to be like the person that you want to be, you can change it. Thank you, everyone, for your attention.
Valerie, te queremos, Valerie. You're wonderful. Thank you.
I also do much for everybody.
We love you.
She wants to say something in Spanish.
¿Quieres decir algo en español?
Oh, yeah, I need it. Thank you. Una de las cosas por las que a la vez estoy muy agradecida es porque me dieron la oportunidad a abrir a esta nueva oportunidad. Aunque no esté allá con ustedes, me gustaría tener como una segunda oportunidad a ir el próximo año y darlo todo, todo, absolutamente todo para hacer de la mejor manera. Y para que este programa pueda abrir puertas en mi futuro y abrir puertas de otras niñas también. Y entre ayudar unas con otras y cambiar este mundo hacia una mejor manera. Gracias.
No. Okay, no, that's fine. It's good. So thank you, Valerie. So I want to give the opportunity, I'm changing for those of you that are looking feverishly on the planning committee. I'm going to bounce to Trinidad and Tobago so they can present. And then we're going to continue. We're going to, just to give them an opportunity to share what they've prepared. And then we're going to hear from some of our mentors after we hear from the Trinidad and Tobago team. Also, like an amazing group that I've actually been working with this school for 10 years, I think, because of my friend and superstar, Deborah Hutchinson, who is the national coordinator for UNESCO associated network of schools. And Deborah is has led so many amazing initiatives. So I want to just give you, she's joined by Amelia Singh and Kadira Mohammed. I don't know, is Krisan there too? No.
Yeah, she has exams.
So. She has exams. So I'll just hand the baton over and we'll put you, whenever you're ready, we can put your slides up as well.
Yeah.
And she has a beautiful art in the background.
Yes, yeah. So sorry, you're not here to try it on. So hi everyone, we're from Trinidad and our school is a ASP.NET school approach school. So what we do is our entire curriculum runs through the Sustainable Development Goals. So we include it into all different subject areas. So just recently we had our carnival, our festival, and we are promoting our festival as a festival of peace worldwide. I'm going to let the girls explain to you how that's done and how we did it. It's also with recycling, etc. So they'll explain that to you all. I just wanted to say one thing, Nelly, and I was listening. I think it's Vivian who spoke first. And I just have to say this because it really struck me when she talked about the mental health and students' coping mechanisms. So this festival is actually one of our, I would like to say, national coping mechanisms, because when the entire country is going through stress, right, and Nelly, you've been there, so you know, when the entire country is going through stress, the euphoria of, I guess, dancing in the streets and just becoming alive and going on that stage, and Nelly, you know what I mean? It's something different with, you're dancing with people you don't know, etc. And this is one of the ways in Trinidad that we deal with our stress sometimes. And this is one of our big mechanisms. So, and the school was fully part of that just the other day. So I'll let them take over and explain to you what we did.
Okay. So hi everyone, good afternoon. Today I'm excited to take you all on a journey through the greatest show on earth, Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival. It's more than just a festival, it's a celebration of freedom, culture, and unity that brings people together. Carnival's origins trace back to the 18th century when enslaved Africans, excluded from the French masquerade ball, created their own festival with drumming, dance, and storytelling. After emancipation, it became a symbol of liberation and cultural pride, uniting people through shared history and expression. Held on Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, Carnival is months in the making, with calypso, steel pan, and feds building up excitement. Juve kicks off the festival with revelers covered in mud and paint, breaking social barriers in a spirit of joy. Then, Pretty Mass fills the streets with masqueraders in dazzling costumes, moving together to the rhythms of soca and calypso, creating an atmosphere of pure unity. Carnival's traditional characters also play a role in bringing people together. The Midnight Rapper, as seen behind us, with his bold speeches, reminds us of resilience and strength. The Dandelion brings humor, allowing people to laugh at societal norms, and the Peregrinaad uses wit and knowledge to entertain and educate. Through music, dance, and storytelling, Carnival breaks down barriers and fosters connections. It proves that a celebration is a force of peace, well-being, and inclusion, something Amelia will explore now.
Trinidad Carnival offers a transformative model for mental well-being, social cohesion, and creative expression. It begins with collaborative mass camp environments where community members work together to transform ideas into elaborate costumes. This process not only fosters deep social connections that alleviate isolation, but also provides a powerful outlet for emotional expression, allowing participants to channel complex feelings through art. In addition, the skill development involved in costume creation builds self-efficiency and confidence, essential for positive mental health. During the carnival itself, the experience reaches a euphoric climax. Participants engage in full body movement and artistic expression, which can trigger endorphin release and promote both physical and mental wellness. The shared joy of street parades creates what sociologists call collective effervescence, a state of unified, intense emotion that dissolves everyday social barriers. This momentary freedom allows individuals to express parts of their identity that might be constrained in daily life, promoting psychological integration. Beyond its immediate impact on personal well-being, Carnival also functions as a social equalizer. For the duration of the festivities, traditional hierarchies based on class, profession, or status dissolve, fostering an environment where diverse individuals interact as equals. The event's inclusive nature, welcoming participants regardless of physical ability, age, or background, exemplifies cultural reconciliation. By merging elements of European, African, and other cultural traditions, Carnival becomes a living model of peace and coexistence and cultural synthesis. Globally, Trinidad Carnival's model holds promise as a blueprint for wellness and cultural diplomacy. As a non-political cultural export, it can enhance international understanding while driving sustainable economic development through wellness tourism. Its core elements, community creation, joyful expression, and inclusivity, are adaptable to various cultural contexts, offering a transformative approach to human flourishing worldwide. To share these benefits on a global scale, recommendations include investing in quality research to quantify Carnival's mental health impacts, setting up international artist residencies and cultural exchange programs, developing specialized wellness tourism frameworks, and creating immersive digital experiences that capture the festival's therapeutic spirit. In doing so, Trinidad Carnival can serve not only as a vibrant celebration, but also as a transformative model for producing and promoting mental and social well-being across the globe.
Okay, this is just, Nelly, what you're showing there is what we have created, which is a toolkit that we are sharing worldwide. We're doing it right now with ASP.NET, Latin America, and country, and also Amsterdam, two other countries in Europe. And they are willing to promote this Festival of Peace, maybe next year, Nelly, we can bring a band to CSW and get a stage. Show them what we mean, right? So basically, I think nobody's going to understand what it is until they try it, right? So this is our intention for you to do it in your school. We're sharing this with you all now. We'd like you all to try and see if you can use the toolkit. If you have any questions, you can email me. We can help you, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's something that you can do in your own country. That's it from us to Trinidad.
So I think that's a really good segue to where I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna do some shaking, and I usually do it to some tassa drumming. And I'm gonna cue up my, I'm blowing, Natalia's head is gonna explode because I didn't warn her about this. But while we cue that up, Deborah, can you say a little bit about what's next for well-being, peace, the gender equality? You mentioned ASP.NET. Anything you want to say about, what are some of the next steps, or what are some of the other things that you all have been able to work on? Just like a minute sharing that.
Yeah, right now, what we have going on is we're doing something called biophilic design. So part of mental wellness is bringing it into the workspace or the office space or the school space. So bringing the outdoors indoors. So we're focusing on infrastructure and actually bringing some greenery, because our school is really a concrete jungle. It really lacks any sort of green space. So what we are trying to do now is bring the green space into the classrooms. So we're working on that now. And that is also part of mental health and wellness. Nature, we really want the children to be grounded in nature and seen it as one. So that's our goal for this term.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to just tilt the chapeau a little bit to Trinidad by playing some tassa drumming, and we're going to do some shaking and dancing. So everybody, so everyone that's on Zoom and everyone that's in the room, put your stuff down and stand up.
I know Nelly's going to make us proud with that, represent there, Nelly.
Yeah, tassa at the UN. Here we go. So play Dinguli. So in a moment, you're going to shake your bodies. You may feel some inhibition, and if you do, that is normal. It's about how we work with what shows up. But what I invite you to do is to just let the sound move your body. It's not a dance, it's shaking all the, we've been walking around in the UN, sitting, our hands are tired, everything's tired. Just shake it all off. And if you don't want anybody to see you, close your eyes. So let's go. Ready, Natalia? You too. Are you all hearing the sound? No. Oh, check the computer sound. So those of you here, just start shaking. Working on the sound. I think you have to unmute yourself.
Recording in progress.
Can you hear it? Now? Okay, we're gonna do it. Yes, everybody else on screen, just get up and shake. So
Just shake, just shake.
Shake your legs, shake your hips. Yeah, shake it all about. You can jump up and down. I'm not wearing heels today. Leave all your stresses of a high international community. Let's go. Come on. Shake. Breathe. Close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes. Don't pay attention to anybody else. Come on, boys. Shake those hips. All right, 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. This is the goal of the tacit drum. And stop. That was not planned. All right. Well done, everybody. So this is a practice that we do in the Girls Wellbeing Project. It's a trauma-informed, it's the most ancient form of meditation. It's called expressive meditation. If we all go far back enough, and I brought this up because Deborah and her group talked about culture. We bring culture into the program because in our cultures, we all have practices that help us to be well. So it's about reconnecting with where we come from. So if you're Irish, today is
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. This is your
St. Patrick's Day.
you celebrate, right? So the tacit drumming, you know, we do the shaking and it helps to relieve stress, but we also do some other movement practices. So on that note, I'm gonna pass it, we're gonna shift gears a little bit, the time that we have left. So we heard from all these young people. There's some more young people here that I hope we get to hear from. Thank you for coming. We did advertise this as mostly an online event, so I'm excited that people did show up also in person. We want to give, so there are several mentors. We already heard from Ms. Abhilasha Singh, but we have other mentors who've been behind the scenes. Yeah, until 2:40. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, so we have some wise women here who've been holding space for these young girls. Some of them have been on this journey, like Suzanne Rajkumar, originally from Trinidad and Tobago, but's been living in Honduras most of her life now. Has been along with Ms. Hutchinson, you know, on this, and Ms. Abhilasha on this journey for the last 2 years. And we also have some young mentors like Alejandra Fuentes from Honduras and Natalia Ospina, who's from Colombia, but an immigrant in the United States who's studying international relations at the master's level. And we also have a wise woman that I recently became friends with, Mariama Williams, joining us. So we have a lot of folks that I want us to hear from, and I want us to hear from everyone else. So we'll see how this goes, okay? There's what we have planned, and then there's what happens. So Sue, I know you have a presentation, so you're gonna run through really quick. So Suzanne is gonna share a little bit about how her journey as a mentor inspired her to, she's something she was already doing in Honduras with women in her own way, but what it has culminated in for her as a mentor, realizing and coming back to what are the needs, what is the condition of the woman in Honduras, what are the needs and how her work can help to empower them.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone, and I hope you can hear me well, those of you who are in Zoom. My project, Mujeres con Propósito 11, really started in 2019. It started out as a podcast. And as such, everything that we've been doing about women and healing has been a journey. So what we did this year, connecting more to what we have seen, because I was invited to be a part of the delegation with Aham Education, and Nelly and I both share our passion for helping young women because we both have similar beginnings and we know what we have been through, and we both feel a need and a commitment to share what we have learned. So when we didn't have answers, it would have been nice to have something like this for us. So for us, we ran a little, given the Beijing platform, and they're saying that it's 30 years since it has been. I wanted to ask the woman in Honduras, I am from Trinidad and Tobago, but I wanted to ask the woman in Honduras 12 questions about the factors that impact their condition. And this is a brief look at their answers. So I'm not going to do all 12, but we asked women between the ages of 18 to 60 plus, and 88 of the women who answered were between the ages of 36 and 60. So there are women who are young entrepreneurs, women who are doing business, women who have been through the mile. Next, please. This is the #1 question that really impacted me. What factor most impacts the economic participation of women in Honduras? 77 of those women said the double load of work and domestic responsibilities. We have a large number of women who are single mothers, who are going through divorce, who feel alone and tired, and they feel like they don't have enough help, and they're in positions of authority, they're earning big salaries, but relationships are not working out because the balance of the yin and yang is in a place where we need to bring men into the conversation. We need to talk about what is happening. It's changing. Next slide, please. Look at this. Another question that we asked them was, is access to mental health support adequate in Honduras? Look at that big no. No es muy limitado o inaccesible. People feel like they don't have access to health. There is the stigma of not discussing mental health or thinking mental health is only for crazy people. That stigma continues to permeate in Latin America, and that is something that as Mujeres con Propósito 11, Women of Purpose 11, and AHAM Education, we hope to bring that change with what we do a little bit. What are the principal challenges for mental health advocacy for women in Honduras? Again, look at the big numbers. 79 of the 120 women said work and home stress load. Again, juggling the families. I know of a young woman, marketing executive, brilliant woman, 3 kids, divorced, having to find a way. And she basically told me, I don't have time to deal with an unfaithful husband. That's too much stress. I'm just dealing with my kids and work and moving on with life. I don't have time for that. Men need to deal with their emotional stuff. We can't carry that anymore for them. We cannot. So they need to deal with their stuff and then come back to the table to start talking to us. But we can't carry their trauma anymore. We can make space for them to talk with us as they make space for us, but we can't do it for you. We're not your mothers. We are wives, we are girlfriends, we want a partner, we want someone who can collaborate with us and grow with us, but we cannot be your mother. That is not who we are. We are not your sister or your mother to take care of you. And boys, I know you are here and this is not for you. You are on the table with us. But I am saying this for those men out there who don't understand, why are their wives tired? Why are the women feeling alone? Why are they feeling suffocated? Why are they running away with their girlfriends to just breathe? Breathe. 66 women said lack of emotional and psychological support. This is where we hope AHAM could come into Honduras, and anyone helping us to bring what we're doing and multiply the effect in Latin America and wherever they will receive us. Next slide, please. 120 Honduran women say, after I took the results, I asked, since the 18 to 25 demographic was small, I asked a university student if she would take it to her classmates and ask them, what did they think about these results, since they were hearing the voices of women between a particular demographic. And this is what, of the several answers, we don't have the time, but I'm going to post the rest of the answers later on. But this is what they said. I think something I would like to do, or that could be done, is a mental health campaign, not excluding the opposite agenda, but prioritizing women's mental health. For example, there are cases of women who have suffered violence simply because of their gender, among many other issues. Even today, there are women who continue to live with trauma from past experiences and have likely not received mental health care due to the factors such as lack of resources, personal situations, or even lack of knowledge about the importance of mental health. This is a reality. And all I want to say is thank you, but that's the condition of the status of women in Honduras, where I have been for the last 25 years, and my heart bleeds for it. And when Nell opened this door, I entered just as we're opening doors for others, and we're inviting them to come and enter this door with us and let us start a new movement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's so insightful. And you know what strikes me is how much, no matter the age, we are all dealing with some of the same challenges. And no matter what part of the world we're in, we're all dealing with the same challenges. So I'm looking at the time. I want to invite you all that are physically here, please take some food because we are in a tight window once we end to exit the room. So if you feel free, if you're getting up and getting food, you're not disrupting. Yeah, I'm coming to you. Make sure you grab some food. We have another 15 minutes before we finish our agenda for today. Yeah, you won't disrupt us if you're walking while we're talking. That's totally fine. So there are two young ladies that, there are three of them that are here. The Michelle, you will hear from tomorrow unless you want to say something today. So Michelle is gonna, she's our youth representative in New York, and Michelle is gonna be one of our speakers in our event tomorrow, which is also online for those of you that want to join. But today we have Alejandra from Honduras and Natalia from Colombia, who lives in the US. And they have been supporting behind the scenes. They have also been learning the skills behind the scenes, and they're on their own respective journeys. So the question that I have for you is, what does all of this mean to you? And just what is on your heart? What is on your heart to say? There's so much that's already been said. What's on your heart to share about what this journey has meant to you?
Yeah. First of all, I want to speak to those that might not be strictly related to a home education and might be a little confused because, this process is not straightforward. So I want to highlight what we've seen today so you don't think we're crazy. With Vivian, we saw the effects of technology and how the Girls Wellbeing Project helped her manage her anxiety, manage her stress, manage her imposition of cultural norms and cultural figures that are just unrealistic, and how we've been doing that work with young women to help them understand that social media is such a great tool, but it has to be properly utilized. We've heard from the kids from Shining Star International School, and we've listened how they embody the gratefulness and the mindfulness approach in their everyday life. We've seen a model of schooling and learning that we don't see often, and probably we should. We should see more often the way that their school motto is gratitude, it's our attitude. I mean, how amazing is that? How amazing is to hear that every time you walk to school and to grow on those values and to be able to have an SDG lifestyle every day of your life. With Vivian, we saw the organizational skills that we're teaching these young women. Sorry, Valerie. With Valerie, we saw the organizational skills. We saw how she made her goals board and how she made her calendar and her to-do list. This is just tools that will last for a lifetime. And lastly, with the Trinidad and Tobago girls, we saw how they can see inclusivity and diversity in every aspect of their life, and how they can approach community in such a different and interesting way. So I just wanted to highlight all the little points that we saw because that's the program. It is hard to put it in words. It is hard to explain it straightforward because for everyone, it just means a different thing regarding the stage of life you're on. And everyone takes something different from it. And I want to close off by saying, as she was saying, we are on a different journey because we are a little bit ahead, and we are, or at least I am at that point in which, I'm in the middle. Do I keep going into my study? Do I start a family? Do I focus on my professional career, or do I focus on getting a husband and kids and starting a family? Is it too early for marriage? Is it too late? Am I getting behind? What is the role I'm supposed to take in society as a woman? And these are all questions that without a ham, I'll be totally lost in responding. And it's hard to tell you and pinpoint when and where did I learn all these life skills that now has led me to understand that I'm right where I need to be and right in the moment, and the things that are happening to me are the things that are meant to happen to me right now. it's hard to know where I learned this, but it was most certainly through a hum, because, and I want to close with this. We are here in the CSW69. We are reviewing Beijing plus 30, and we're talking numbers. We're seeing like, well, this investment didn't went all the way through. We didn't have as much money as we expected. We didn't have these and these results, and that's important. But why are we not looking within ourselves? Why are we not looking why things are still being the same? It's because human beings, we are still thinking the same way. And doesn't matter how much money we put into this, if we don't change what it's inside, we will never change what's outside. So it's really important that we begin to understand that it's not only finding investment, it's not only finding donors, sponsors, stakeholders. That's important, absolutely. But it's also important to teach these girls and the next generations that the change starts from the inside. And so when all these young, brilliant minds grow up, you know, we have the artistic persons that will take our presence and our work to the world through art. We have people that are more comfortable talking. We have people going into journaling. It's so important that this message that the change starts from outside is being portrayed through all of them, through their own different and individual ways. And it is that important because as if they grow up and they keep repeating these life skills that they've learned throughout this year, then we might be heading to something different. We keep trying to get all those Beijing plus 30 goals, but we need to change what's here. We need to change what's here, and maybe then we can actually make some progress. And past General Assembly generals knew this, and it's been forgotten throughout the years, and we just need to bring it back. This is, you know, if you were expecting, we need to fight for women's rights kind of event, yeah, sort of. But it's not that. We bring something so different to the table, something that is missing, and something that we really invite you to take with you as a big takeaway. Work on yourself, because as Nella said at the beginning, your practice is not selfish. You're practicing for everybody else. So when you practice, when you work on yourself, and you touch ground with reality, and you're mindful, and your presence is valuable, then you are making such a great impact into the world. And sometimes that is just enough. You'll be surprised. That's it for me.
So Natalia touched on something. Actually, the mantra for our delegation is the quality of our presence is our activism. And we have pins that say be present, and we're gonna give a pin to everybody in the room today who showed up in person because you were present. So we're gonna give everybody a be present pin. And I just wanna give Alejandra, we're really running low on time.
I know, I have 1 minute.
1 minute.
Natalia now, I have nothing to say.
Just say what Natalia said.
Basically whatever she says. No, but honestly, I just want to say this, even though we have interracial gaps or our ages are completely different, and it just confirms the union that we have. And we speak about this with Sue, I guess. We were saying that the union that we have and the sorority that we have in our community is amazing because we struggle with the same things with different ages, with different races, with different cultures, and how powerful it is to unite ourselves in one mission. And you don't have to go on a march and scream, or you don't have to be a leader in your community. You can start by yourself and just show up, and that's enough. So starting from you, boys, I definitely congratulate you, because sometimes we push them away because we think gender equality is about women, and it's actually the opposite. is about gender equality. We're both the same. And you showing up for us as we show up for you guys. It's just what we're advocating for as well.
Yeah.
So first of all, just show up and then work on yourself because that's the best revenge we can do to society. Work on yourself, be financially independent, be self-aware, and you're gonna rock the world. It's gonna be difficult, but woo.
So I think this is a good moment with what you just said to have our brother, our young brother, son, friend, to have one of the young men that are here supporting us bring us to a close. Is that a good idea? Yeah. So we're gonna ask Yusuf. We wanted to give everyone a chance to share. So maybe what we could do is on your way, if everyone could just write down a word or a phrase, right? And when Yusuf is done, we can go around the room and do a one-word whip around. So just think, what's one word that really embodies how you are feeling, how all of this is landing for you? Okay, go ahead, Yusuf.
These affirmations help us center, relax, and be open. When we connect internally, we are better connected externally to everyone and everything around us. I am happy, joyful, and grateful for all my life experiences. I am clear, calm, and confident with my words and actions. I am balanced, I am centered, I am relaxed, I am connected within my heart. I am becoming more empathetic, compassionate, and loving. I am genuine in my thinking. I'm developing correct thinking, clear understanding, and honest approach to life. I feel connected to everyone and everything around me.
Thank you. So thank you. I want to read that in my mirror. So we are going to share the affirmation. We're going to share the poem. We're going to share Trinidad's toolkit. We have a girls' well-being toolkit, 5 free audio practices. So if you make sure you sign up, and those of you that are online, you will also receive the emails with all of these resources. And let's do the one-word whip around. And Shining Star will also share something for everyone.
The heartfulness toolkit.
So,
and this one is a positive affirmation.
Yes, so we will share all of those resources because you invested the time in being here. And this is the How My Education page. You could drop the link in the chat for the online folks. So in the chat, So in the chat, if you're on Zoom, could you please share a word or a phrase that represents how it felt to be part of this session today? And let's just do a one-word whip around. We can start. How about if we start here?
I was going to say empowering connectivity.
I was going to say hope. I was going to say hopeful or eye-opening.
My heart is full. It's not full.
Inspired and thankful. Deeply grateful. Encouraged. Blessed.
Grateful.
Thank you.
I feel blessed and gratitude, full of gratitude.
Would you like to share? Would you like to share a word? I'll come back to you.
No.
No?
Okay. My name is Adwa.
Okay.
And I'm from Ghana. I was invited by a friend over this morning. So I'm also a lawyer and I have a disability. I have a speech impairment. Yeah. Now, one of the one of the things that I've realized throughout the whole CSW session is the fact that we keep on omitting the meaning of inclusion. What do we mean by inclusion? Do we mean the able women or the able girls? Because girls will always love women. The same for girls with disabilities. They go up to women with disabilities. So if we don't how do we have a code? So if we are not very proactive, if we're not very intentional about including all the different diversities, then I'm sorry, the next 5 years, we're still be here. We're still be here talking about simple about it because no solution. I've been in New York for almost 2 months. And I can tell you, the more the case among the girls that allow me. When you call somebody for help, when you play in the back, women wanna see what is going on. I think there's a gap within our training system. We as teachers, as parents, as guardians, there's something you're missing out. It is not all about the life skills. It's not all about, having the whole 9-degree medical, stuff going on with you. No, we are human beings. So if you don't show me you have passion, the ability to love another despite diversity, then I'm sorry. I don't know why we came here. It's something that the UN this time and in the Beijing conference, we are missing a big time work. And I pray, and I really pray that within the next 10 years, it shouldn't be like. I don't want to come to New York and be talking about this. I don't want to come to New York and I'm talking about it over. I'm tired. The oligarchs who are in the villages, kudos to your panel, brilliant presentation, I love it. But the issue, what about that girl or that woman that we were in? What are we doing about that? We always doing the oversight, forgetting the very important detail. We are all women, we are all different. We all have different hair colors, different eye color. But it does not make you more woman than I am.
She went away. I'm gonna read real fast. We are one body of humanity, very proud, encouraging, move, grow together. This is encouraging. I feel empowered, enlightening, eye-opener, hopeful, and empowering, and mine is connected.
Mine is connected and very energized.
Inspired. Grateful, refreshed, enlightened, uplifted, blessed. It's like data doesn't lie. I want to copy a phrase, but it's
Go ahead.
they create connecting minds, creating future.
Awesome. My word is just love. My word is love. So thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you for those of you that joined us online. We're gonna sign off now, and you will be receiving an email from us within the next couple of days. We have an event tomorrow. Please look on ahameducation.org/global CSW, and you will find the registration link for the event tomorrow at the Suchi Center. We're gonna do a storytelling. It's so gonna be so fun. We're gonna play, do art, it's with Steve Chu from the Suchi Center, with Beth Blissman, who's here from the Loreto community. We'll have someone from the Baha'i International community there and many others. And we're just gonna have fun, tell stories, because they can steal and destroy our data, but they cannot destroy our stories. So we're gonna continue to tell stories of the UN. Thank you, everybody. Please enjoy. Group photo, What? Just, you don't have to smile if you have food in your mouth.